This is Newcap News with Nicole Stilger.
Well, the holidays are a time where those in need rely heavily on organizations like the Olive Tree, and this year was no different. The local nonprofit had many requests, but were able to meet all the needs presented to them.
I think we're getting more requests this year than in previous years. This year was also the first year that we did food hampers in partnership with the Catholic School Division, so that added another layer to our load, but we had a really good time.
Shilly adds there were many last-minute food drives that helped them out as well.
Oil companies and that sort of thing calling us and saying they had done a drive for us, so we did a lot of picking up, and it definitely helped. We did, I think, about 60 food hampers with the Catholic School Division, so that's definitely a lot of food.
As for 2017, Shilly says the need is still there and reminds people to keep them in mind year-round. While attempting to lose weight post-holidays can lead to many people trying a variety of diets and cleanses in the new year. However, detoxing can lead to unwelcome side effects. In this week's Healthy Living, Josh Ryan explains why cleansing your body requires patience.
Detoxing is a popular strategy to quickly lose weight and recover from unhealthy habits during the holidays. However, there's potential for negative side effects, especially for those with metabolic problems.
Heart, diabetes, kidney, that type of a problem, or you are very toxic, you've been around a lot of toxins over a period of decades. You start cleansing and you can have some very serious results with that.
Combining herbs and supplements while not eating enough food can cause harm instead of allowing the organs to go to work.
Our kidneys, our liver, our intestines, it naturally actually rids our system of the components that we need to eliminate in order to function.
An extreme case of detoxing gone wrong occurred last year when a woman suffered hyponatremia, where the body is very low on sodium.
With combinations of these herbal supplements, for her it actually led to that hyponatremia faster than just drinking a bunch of water would.
Often there's a laxative and diuretic effect from some teas and supplements that can appear to drop the body's weight, but really just shifts fluids.
It actually can cause issues with, abdominal pain, diarrhea. We cause that loss of electrolytes and leading to that kind of dehydration and electrolyte imbalance.
Some light detox options are much safer and can kickstart healthier eating, such as using dandelion and parsley.
Those type of herbal formulas there, they stimulate the liver. Parsley is good for the kidneys. Those type of deals, you can add a parsley tea or a dandelion tea, and that can certainly help with cleansing.
And the most tried and true method of ridding your body of toxins is changing your overall eating habits to focus on healthy foods.
Eating whole, unprocessed foods that are dense in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals is actually what our body is designed to process and is designed to flourish off of.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
Well, blazing a consistent trail is a sure way to establish and pass on a legacy. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow introduces us to a Saskatchewan breeder whose family story stands as robust as his purebred cattle.
My children are fifth generation, my grandchildren are sixth generation in the Hereford business, and we would be the oldest breeding Hereford family in Canada with the same surname.
David Reed takes pride in his family legacy of being the only purebred Hereford rancher in Canada with the same surname going back some 125 years. The family has 30 purebred Hereford cows and 15 commercial cows at Hepburn, north of Saskatchewan.
My great-great-great-grandfather registered his first Herefords in 1889. And at that time they were located in Holstein, Ontario. And then in 1907, they homesteaded in Mooseman, Saskatchewan, and we still own the homestead farm.
Reed says the first cow went by the name of Joy.
Thomas Henry, one of my grandfather many generations back, was one of the first to import Hereford cattle from England from the actual Fred Stone, who's kind of known to be one of the first Hereford breeders in the world, and brought them to Canada.
Over the years, the family operation has consolidated by harnessing the strength of its genetics and focusing on showing cattle.
Being a smaller breeder, the challenge with purchasing land and the equipment and having the genetic base, we're very fortunate that we're longtime Hereford breeders, so we've built our genetic base.
In 1989, the family was the first in Canada to be awarded the 100-year accolade as Hereford producers, and they're passing on that legacy to their sixth generation.
I'm very excited to raise my children in the agriculture industry and in showing cattle, because this is an industry that teaches you work ethic, dedication, respect, and just a drive for life.
We're very proud to be a longtime Hereford folks. So.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, December was an excellent month for the Lloydminster Junior B Bandits. The team won 5 of their last 7 games and is challenging for top 3 in the standings. Wednesday presented another stiff test with the Vermilion Tigers visiting the Civic, but it wasn't the Tigers that provided the toughest battle. It was emotion. Lance Phillips has more.
The Bandits and Tigers engaged in a hard-fought match Wednesday. Literally. The teams combined for 7 goals, 190 penalty minutes, and 11 game misconducts. Vermilion controlled the first period, peppering 16 shots on goal to Lloydminster's 8, and the Bandits offered up some reasoning for the team's slow start.
Well, honestly, just that first period back from the break, we only had 1 practice over that week, 2 weeks off, so I think it was just we were a little flat, and yeah, it showed.
Teams like Vermilion, they're dangerous when you come out like that, because they work hard. They got a really good goalie. He played really well the first 2 periods. He was tough to beat, and so I'll give it credit to our guys. They just kept on coming and coming and coming.
The difference in play was evident as the Bandits racked up 5 goals, earning their first win of 2017, 5-2. Emotions were high before the game as the 2 teams held a moment of silence to honor Brenda Stansfield, mother of Bandits forward Jesse Stansfield, who passed away from cancer Monday. Perhaps the true reason for the squad's slow start.
At first, I think it's, emotions are high, and it almost drains you in a way. And, like I was saying before, a lot of these guys have known Stanny since he was a kid, so it's hard on everybody.
Yeah, I think it could be a reason, It's an awful thing happened, and, might have been all thinking about it a little bit there and kind of threw us off the game, but we had a talk between the first and second, and we regrouped and came out strong in the second.
Wednesday's win continues to move the Bandits up the standings, which is important, with playoffs just over a month away. But this night, it belonged to Jesse Stansfield. He played with an edge all game, and at 7:04 of the third period, he rewarded himself, his fans, and most of all his mother when he scored the team's 3rd goal. It could be the year's most compelling storyline, and it couldn't have played out any better.
Words don't describe it. It was something special, that's for sure.
Yeah, he played well, man. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, for sure. I've seen this, situations like this in the past, and like the team, everybody's emotional, but imagine what he's going through and the emotions he's feeling. So he came out, he played hard, he played with a little chip on his shoulder, and it's awesome. I mean, you can't say enough about the kid, and he's a great kid, and you feel for him, man.
Maybe the biggest surprise for many fans was to see Jesse's name in the starting lineup, considering the tragedy he dealt with 2 days prior.
It's not uncommon to see that. Wade Redden, another guy that comes to mind, right? When his mom passed, I believe their funeral was on a Friday, and he was playing a playoff game on a Monday, right? And it's a good release for the guy, and it's good to come in and they get a ton of support from their teammates and everyone around them, so it's a good thing.
I just know that Mom wouldn't have wanted me to miss a game, and it's the best place for me to go and just kind of escape from everything. So.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.